It's NFL Sunday, and your Monday isn't promised. 3 wild card matchups are on the way. When it comes to the quarterbacks, there's no shortage in big game experience. We'll kick things off in Titletown, Tampa, where the 7-time champ will look to stage his latest defense against the franchise that once pried a Lombardi from his clutches.
We're playing a team that's very talented. They make it to this point for a reason, and we got to do everything we can do to get the win.
For the Bucs, despite widespread injury, hope still lies in a rising tide named Tom, one that continues to lift all ships in his fleet. And for the Birds, a free-wielding approach, highlighted by the enthusiasm of a first-year head coach and a quarterback with everything to prove. Game 2, a classic rivalry renewed. 7 times prior, the Cowboys and Niners have squared off in the postseason. But not since Aikman and Young, Irvin and Rice have the stakes been this high.
You got to win to keep going, and we plan on doing that.
It's a rivalry that's played the stage to moments as iconic as any and posed questions that became a rally cry.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Once again, it will all be decided at the center of the Star. In the nightcap, old guard meets new. Week 18 stars align for Big Ben the Steelers, offering reason enough to dance. But now they embark for a place where music gives way to the chorus of 76,000 strong. So will Ben be able to stave off retirement? Can Tom be Philly special? Will Jimmy or Dak do away with the doubt? It's all on the way on Super Wildcard Sunday.
Three games on your Super Wildcard Sunday. They're starting at 1 o'clock with the Eagles at Bucs. 49ers, Cowboys in the afternoon, and the late game Steelers. Could it be Big Ben's last game going up against the Chiefs? The Chiefs, a huge double-digit favorite there. All right, let's get picks for this one. Let's do Eagles and Bucs. The Bucs an 8.5-point favorite. The total here is 49. The Bucs are getting some key players back, but both of you are taking the Eagles to cover. Brady.
It's a big spread. I mean, the bottom line is it's a big spread. I think when you look at how these two teams match up, you could see Philly's front be able to get after Tom Brady. And look, a wide receiver group that it's missing Chris Godwin. Mike Evans doesn't seem 100%. Who knows where Antonio Brown is, but he's not part of this team anymore, so we know that much. And so I think you start looking at the sum of the parts, you say, yeah, I could see the Eagles hanging around this one. Jalen Hurts playing well enough, utilizing his legs in that rushing attack to be able to keep this one a low-scoring game within, what, an 8.5 line. It's been 9, I think, at some points, too, or in some books. So I think the Eagles can hang around this one a little bit.
I agree. And remember, when they played on a Thursday night earlier in the year, that was when the Eagles weren't running the football. And fans were booing. I think they had 9 carries. I think Miles Sanders had 9 carries in that game. And since then, they've gone on a running rampage. I mean, they've been outstanding running the football. And they're one of the best teams in the league. They are the best team in the league running the football. Now, Jalen Hurts is part of it. Right. And you say, well, Tampa Bay, good run defense. And they were good. But the last 3 games, they haven't been good run defense. They've given up 15 more yards per game in the last 3 than they did for the entire season. That's a concern. So I think they're going to get to the perimeter. They're going to run the football, try and control the clock. And you're right, Brady. We, just take for matter of fact, oh, Chris Godwin's gone, Antonio Brown's gone, he'll just keep going. No, eventually that's going to start showing up. Yeah. And I think it starts showing up here. I'm with you. I'm taking the Eagles in the points.
You know, what you have here, too, is experience. And like the Bucs were expected to be here. Defending Super Bowl champs, it's Tom Brady. Like, we expect him to be here. We expect him to win this game. And then you've got the other side of this conversation, an Eagles team that this was definitely not part of the plan year 1 for Nick Sirianni. They've exceeded expectations. They're playing with house money. There's momentum there. I think if they go in here, play loose, with the speed they have on the outside of wide receiver, with the way that secondary's played for Tampa at times this year, they could create some big plays. I'm telling you, this game could be one where we're kind of surprised with what the score looks like at halftime, and it might be the fourth quarter where you see Tampa start to pull away and then, again, stay within that number but still win the game.
If you block them, you can beat them, period, against the Bucs, because the secondary hasn't played very well, and that's a good offensive line. That's a really good offensive line Philadelphia has. So I think they're going to cause some problems for the Bucs. I think this game is going to be tight. I think they win by about 4 or 5.
Regardless, next season for the Eagles, with what Nick Sirianni has done, they have 3 first-round draft picks. How are you feeling about the Eagles into next season?
It's funny, and we talked about this. Nobody wanted Nick Sirianni. They laughed about it. He had a bad press conference. Oh, laughing at him. It's a joke. How'd they hire this guy? You never know. He's done a great job. And Howie Roseman has done a really good job with that roster. It's a young roster. They've locked guys up. And that's a smart thing to do. I like where they're headed. I like this Eagles team.
You know, I don't know that Howie Roseman's ever done a bad job necessarily with the roster. He just hasn't gotten along with the head coach who's in charge of it, and they've different opinions there. This seems to be one where, at least early on, they're having success, they're winning, and they seem to be getting along. But to your point, you know, press conferences aren't what wins football.
No.
I know it wins the media and how they feel about that first impression. The reality is Nick Sirianni's a good coach. I've been with him before. He was a wide receivers coach. He's tremendously detailed. He's smart. He played the game. He understands it from their perspective and kind of raps with players like that. And I think the other thing is he's passionate about it. He brings a lot of energy. And I know we act like that's like something for a younger game or college game. You're seeing that trickle up in the NFL now too, though. There needs to be a little bit more something to it. He brings that. So give him all the credit in the world for the job he's done this season.
And unlike some rookie coaches, he doesn't go for it on 4th and 1 in his own end at the 18-yard line. I mean, you know, he plays the game sort of the conventional way.
It's over. The Chargers have a whole other season.
What was the press like with the breaking the knees at the beginning of the season or kneecaps
That was
or
Dan
something
Campbell.
like that?
Dan Campbell.
That's
Turn
who
off
it
kneecaps.
was.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember who.
That was okay. We like that. We like breaking kneecaps.
We can break kneecaps.
Breaking kneecaps.
All right. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.